Something I've been thinking about the last, well, kind of couple 3 years, but primarily the last 30 to 60 days. With the attack on our herbicides, whether it be Roundup, atrazine, dicamba, now with the Ninth Circuit Court ruling or re-ruling, however you want to word that, to organic is obviously still a semi-hot topic. I haven't got as many questions this year as I have the previous couple of years from growers on that and how to manage it. Working with growers that are diversified in their other crops, meaning they don't have just corn and soybeans, growing some edible beans like pintos or navies, Great Northerns, that kind of thing, popcorn, and where herbicide options are so limited anyway, particularly in the edible bean market or world. I'm out in a field right now, and I didn't know they were going to cultivate it, which it's fine. I don't need to be privy to every decision that the operation makes. And I walked it, and I don't 100% understand why they cultivated it. And then there's some mare's tail, no doubt. We're blessed in this part of my territory. Water hemp is here, but we don't battle it like they do in Holt County. Holt County is, for lack of a better term, like a circus in water hemp management down there. But my question is, and my thoughts is, everybody's saying time to break out the cultivators, time to go back to the way that we used to do it. I'm all for that. I get it, but you can't get every weed. And if you have water hemp or you have mare's tail that is resistant to not just one, but two or three or four modes of action on herbicides, and you're going to go back to the cultivator, I walked out here and I either chopped with my shovel or hand pulled a dozen mare's tail that's a foot taller or better that they didn't get with the cultivator because it's right in the row. So what's everybody thinking they're gonna do? You're gonna do herbicide applications and cultivate? Are you going to cultivate earlier so that things aren't bad, and then you see whatever is left, and then you come back with another herbicide application? I'm really curious on people's thoughts. I have my own opinions on what I would do if I was farming. I hope at some point I get into a position financially that I can rent some ground and farm. Not that I can do it better, but it's that, practice what you preach kind of thing. I really have some awesome ideas and I want to try them, but I want to try them at my own expense. So that's my thought for Tuesday thoughts. And it's been more than just a Tuesday, but I think what really brought it about is walking this field. And it's a special circumstance. I get it. It's an edible bean field. They're very limited on herbicide options and avenues to go down, but I think it still rolls into our typical corn and soybean. Seeing on Twitter the concern with everybody and they're cupping beans primarily over in the I states, that direction, the Eastern Corn Belt, on non-dicamba beans and this and that. And of course, my personal opinion is, are we right in blaming the herbicide, or do we still need to go back to the human element of it? I believe a majority of it is the human element. I have been told by growers up here that I work with that, I'm just going to break out on those beans, those dicamba beans that you sold me and I planted. I'm just going to use old school Banville. And I'm like, no, you can't. Follow the label, follow the directions. But that's all I can say is follow the label and I guess do whatever you want. But that's the problem, the human element. But yeah, going back to just overall weed management, what's people going to do? If your herbicides you're running out of options there, are you going to start dropping $75 to $100 in herbicide and coming out here at 20 bucks an acre to cultivate? What is cultivating rates? 15, 10. It's still an expense. You got your time and diesel fuel, wear and tear on tractor. You're running crop over. You could be doing something else instead of cultivating. Yeah, pests. I'd be interested in your thoughts, ideas, positive thoughts, constructive thoughts. We don't need any more negativity and bashing in this world. This is a legitimate problem, and we need people to throw out some ideas, and I want to hear what they are. So pass those along. Thanks.